Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The excitement brewing here in South Florida. As a moment ago, the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the New York Jets. Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Out to the flat here for Johnson. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. He finds his target, Ebron. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're...
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
After the sack on first down, Wilson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may reap.
Well, the defense loses him. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big play there for the Dolphins.
You'd think defenses might be a little more prepared for plays like this because so many offensive coordinators, when they get the ball after a turnover, they do like to dial up a deep ball right away. And if I were a defensive coordinator in this league, that's exactly what I would say to my defense before they went out to play. In this case, though, they didn't get the message, and a big play resulted.
They'll run on first down. Christie, he'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, to me, there is no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on third down.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, it's Tua. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off around the 27. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. Well, a shaky start for both quarterbacks now. We had the interception on the opening drive, and now they throw it right back to him.
So does that mean we're really kind of starting from the beginning, Brandon, right? Both of them have done it, so we kind of start from scratch? Looks to me like both.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take the blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Tua. And that is incomplete here.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off of play action. Tagovailoa. And that's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Wilson. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
You know, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he whips that one incomplete there.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
It really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They go play action with Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a big play there for the Jets on third down. Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in, because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching. And how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1 yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for third down. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's third and goal. Johnson again. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Ty Johnson punching it in from a yard away as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Dolphins, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
Bring it!
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now, that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And that's his second touchdown run of this game, and this one, and a high degree of difficulty to it as well. I'm absolutely marveling at how effortless he makes this look. I mean, let's face it, he had a long way to go. But how about the vision, the creativity with the football in his hands? It's really something to watch.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49. Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day.
And they take a knee. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And going deep for Hill. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 22. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That's going to set him back 5 yards. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And boy, again, they won't get this off in time.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
They need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
2nd and 14. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
65 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
The Jets on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On play action, here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that went. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now.
On the return is Lamb.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Tua to throw again. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, 35 yards. And the Dolphins get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this is back to a 5-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Play action. It's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Thompson. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go play action now. Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Keon Crossan. And the Dolphins force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Tua sets up to pass it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. It's a big play there for Miami. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Here's Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Out of the gun on third down, here's Tua. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here's Johnson again on second down. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to be met at about the 43. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, Oftentimes, leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10.
Right at the 50-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd down 6.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Big yardage that time for the Jets.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that. Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
Here's Wilson to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 26. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go, defense.
Looking to pass. Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This for a 4th quarter lead. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Open man is Uzama. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 108 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now Johnson. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Touchdown! Touchdown, Jets. That's caught. Eric Ebron from 21 yards away. And the Jets are going to retake the lead.
This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Wilson going to throw for it. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a big play that time by the Jets. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Wilson. He's going to let it go again. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And that's a play to applaud because these RPOs, things happen so quickly. and that ball's out of the quarterback's hands fast. He read it and reacted and was there to hit him as the ball arrived at the receiver. Big-time read, big-time play.
And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, trying to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He's going to go up top again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. A fourth quarter score, meanwhile, from Kansas City. Chargers have just stretched their lead with a score. A win would be their first of the young season. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover, but I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
First down, Jets.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with... Two minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. On first down, it's Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Again, it's Johnson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on third down. Here's Wilson. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
132 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Here's a Florida native from up near Pensacola. It's Michael Carter.
7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead. So how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And it's good. And on opening weekend, a field goal to win it as time expires. And the Jets are going to win.